Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal in this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, we want to talk about some posts that I saw on Instagram, I believe it was, that I saw floating around. And it was a picture of Michael Jordan with no shirt on and LeBron James with no shirt on. And the post said that LeBron James would dominate Michael Jordan in his era. And they're basing it off of, their bodies, right? And they're saying, oh, LeBron James is way bigger than Michael Jordan. He's stronger than Michael Jordan. He's tougher than Michael Jordan. But he would dominate Michael Jordan in the 90s because of his size. That's what they're saying here. That's what they're trying to apply. When you have Michael Jordan with no shirt on, LeBron James with no shirt on side by side, the thumbnail of this video is that picture that I'm talking about. And we're going to talk about and discuss in this video because, let's be clear, LeBron James is not tougher than Michael Jordan. And let's be clear, LeBron James is not stronger than Michael Jordan was, guys. He just wasn't. And we're going to talk about in this video, man. A lot of these weird LeBron James fans, LeBron James himself, man, he's a fake tough guy. And like I said, his workouts are all fluff, man. Ain't no one impressed with LeBron James' strength, man. Not impressed at all. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man, that's been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, you know I am truly, truly humbled by all support, man. It really means a lot, guys. Shout out to everybody in the membership. Thank you very much. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I was floating around on the internet the other day, and I saw this post, from a LeBron James fan club, page. And, we talked about a lot of these weirdos that run these pages, that run these channels. Straight weirdos, not grown men, straight punk kids, and straight weird, sensitive dudes, man. Feminine dudes, right? There are no grown men, no adults that are running these pages, these LeBron James channels. And like I said, look at the goofs that are out there. That's all you got to do is just look at these fools, man. But I came across this post, man, and like I told you guys, it was a picture of Michael Jordan with no shirt on, LeBron James with no shirt on, and they were saying that LeBron James would dominate Michael Jordan in the 90s. And they're relating it to LeBron James' size, right, over Michael Jordan. They're relating it to LeBron James' toughness versus Michael Jordan's toughness. And I laughed at this post. I immediately laughed at it, and I took a screenshot of it, and I was like, I got to talk about this, because these are the things that I'm talking about when I talk about people. They don't have a clue. They never played sports before, right? Or like I said, they're just not watching the games. They're being disingenuous. A lot of LeBron James fans, guys, a lot of them, most of them are younger kids. Like I said, teenagers, young adults, man. And I'm not knocking anyone for being young. No one's knocking that. However, when I mention those kinds of things, that automatically disqualifies you from having an opinion on guys that you never watched growing up, man. Like I said, especially for a lot of these people, they're not doing the research or the homework. So I told you guys about guys like Will Chamberlain and Bill Russell and, the Bob Cousy's and Jerry West and the Dr. J's. I did not necessarily watch these gentlemen in their primes, at their peaks of their careers. I didn't see these guys. I wasn't around for it. But I told you what, I listen to people that know more than me, and I do the research. I do my homework. I look into this stuff, and I pay attention. So I can be informed and have an educated opinion on these players that I never watched. You don't get that same thing from LeBron James fans. So regardless of their age, they're not going to do the research. They're not going to watch the video. They're not going to understand what they're watching in the video. A lot of these people did not play sports growing up. They didn't play basketball. They just were not competitors like that. So they don't understand value competitiveness. They don't get it. Right? There's just certain things that they're not going to understand. Sportsmanship, all of this kind of stuff. When we talk about toughness, and we talk about the size of somebody versus the size compared to someone else, there's no way that you can make a claim that someone's tougher than someone else because they're bigger than them. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Most people, I think, understand this. You think about MMA, for example. You think about mixed martial arts, right? You'll have two fighters come into a cage, right? And they'll look completely different. One guy may look like he has no muscles. Maybe he has a little bit of chunk to his body, right? Maybe he has more of a smoother looking body. Then you have another guy will come in, all muscles, veins popping out, muscles on top of muscles, right? This guy is shredded. different body types. However, both of these guys are in excellent shape, right? They train the same. They do certain things. They eat a certain way. They're professional fighters. But their genetics make them look different, right? Remember, these are trained professionals. These aren't just some random people that we pulled off the street. But they look different, even though they're both trained professionals at the highest level, right? So when you come into a fight, are you going to automatically assume that the guy who looks more muscular or is more shredded looks to be in better shape off the look? You're going to guarantee him victory because he looks like he's stronger or looks like he's in better shape. Now, some people might do that. You're gambling. Maybe I know I'm going to pick this guy. He looks like he's in better shape. But anyone knows that if you were actually one of those two individuals and you were in that situation, right, you step into that cage, there's not a MMA fighter, professional fighter out there that's going to underestimate their opponent because of the way that they look. To me, that would be dumb. That would be stupid if you're a professional. Because like I said, for them to get to that level to where they're stepping in that cage with you, they must have done some things to qualify themselves to be there. So they have skills. You can't underestimate these people because they look different than you. They look softer than you, or they look flabbier, or they don't look as strong or as quick or as fast. Never underestimate people in this kind of setting because you'll get hurt really bad. And oftentimes you've seen, sometimes the more muscular looking guy, the guy who looks like he's more athletic, more ripped, more lean, more in fit, he loses these fights, right? I remember Kimbo Slice fight in the UFC, right? And rest in peace to Kimbo Slice. And Kimbo Slice was known as a street brawler, right? A guy that be out there in the streets just bare knuckle brawling with dudes. I mean, you're talking about, like I said, straight fist fights, man. This is what Kimbo Slice was known for. Remember, he blew up on YouTube and, you know, the street fights and all this kind of stuff. And he was knocking guys out, fighting all different kinds of dudes that look different sizes, from different backgrounds. And he was dropping guys. But what happened when he got to the UFC? When he got to the UFC, all of those muscles, all of those punches that he was throwing, the fighting that he was doing, all of a sudden, it was a little bit different in the UFC. All of a sudden now, guys are grabbing you, twisting your legs, getting you in awkward positions that you don't know how to defend yourself against, right? They're using mixed martial arts, right? They're not standing in front of you, taking blows to the face or just throwing punches. You know, they're trying different avenues to take your legs out from under you, to break your ankles, twist your hands and your wrists all up and put you in all these weird positions, man. And Kimbo Slice had a hard time, you know, fighting in the UFC. He had some good fights, but he had some clunkers out there too, where he was getting beat by guys that looked like they drank beer all day. Right? I remember that. I can't remember the one guy's name, but this guy looked like he was just some dude they pulled out of a bar, right? Overweight, looking overweight as hell, fighting Kimbo Slice, who's all jacked, and Kimbo Slice was just getting manhandled by this guy, right? The guy was using his weight and was able to use the skills, the savviness, the techniques to get Kimbo Slice in these awkward positions and ultimately, you know, beat him. The point that I'm making here is that we're talking about LeBron James, and they're comparing his size to Michael Jordan, right? LeBron James, 6'9" or 6'8", whatever he is, 250 pounds, let's say. Michael Jordan at 6'5", 6'6" in sneakers, you know, 200 pounds, maybe 210, 215 pounds at his heaviest. You know, when he was playing on the Chicago Bulls, we all know Michael Jordan came back maybe a little bit heavier on the Wizards, 225 or somewhere around there. But Michael Jordan was essentially 200 pounds, 6'5", 6'6". LeBron James, a little bit taller, but about 50 to 60 pounds heavier than Michael Jordan. However, guys, when we talk about you being strong, right, you being tough, your size has nothing to do with this. Remember, strength is relative, right? It's all relative. So, like I said, whatever is heavy for me may not be heavy for you. And what's heavy for you, it may not be heavy for me. So when we talk about LeBron James and his size, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's stronger than Michael Jordan. Now, he might be strong, LeBron James. I'm not sitting here saying that these guys are weak. You know what I'm saying? They're puny guys. But your strength is not directly correlated to your size. All right? Some people look stronger than they are. They look strong. LeBron James might look strong, but LeBron James is not strong. There's no one celebrating LeBron James in the gym. I've seen his workouts. I'm not impressed. I'm not the strongest guy in the world. But I guarantee you guys, for my size, I'm stronger than LeBron James is for his size. To be 6'9", 260 pounds, LeBron James should be doing some hellified workouts There should be legendary stories coming out about LeBron James' strength. But there are no stories about LeBron James' strength. What do we hear? We hear stories about LeBron James getting all this treatment. Those are the legendary stories that I've heard. Austin Reeves and Dwayne Wade. All these guys talking about, oh my God, LeBron James, as soon as the game is over, he's in the hyperbaric chamber. As soon as the game is over, he's getting ice here. He's going for massages there. He's getting treatment here. LeBron James makes sure he's always taking his multivitamin. He always makes sure he's eating his right nutrition. Those are stories I hear. I never hear anyone say, yo, LeBron James out in the gym, squatting crazy weight. He's power cleaning 300 pounds. He can do this. Yo, I've seen LeBron James do. You never hear these stories from LeBron James in the gym doing anything legendary, talking about his strength at that size. I'm not impressed. So we have that aspect right there. But then we also have the aspect of you on the court. Now, does anyone think that LeBron James plays like a 6'9", 260, 250-pound dude on the court? No, he doesn't. This is part of the problem that we have when they say he would dominate Michael Jordan in the 90s. You're not strong enough or tough enough. You don't play that way. You don't play 6'9", 260. You play, you're 6'3", 180 pounds. That's how LeBron James plays the game. Now, have there been videos? Have we seen highlights of LeBron James going to the rim, getting grabbed, getting hit, getting fouled, finishing through contact? Absolutely. He's LeBron freaking James. He's been in the NBA 22 seasons. He's one of the great basketball players. And yes, he does have a level of strength, a level of physicality to him. No doubt. But we're comparing it to what he's going through now to the 80s and the 90s. It's not the same. So LeBron James has shown toughness. He's shown a level of physicality. He's finished through contact. No doubt. I hate when people show these videos of LeBron James getting fouled, finishing shots, and then flexing on people. And they're like, oh, but they say LeBron James couldn't play in the 90s. He wouldn't be able to. You're showing a couple of highlights, but I can easily show even more clips of LeBron James rolling around the floor for minutes at a time. You won't find any clips of Michael Jordan like that. The only time I saw Michael Jordan laying on the floor for several minutes, or maybe a minute or so, was when he broke his foot. That's the only time I've seen this. I've never seen Michael Jordan rolling around for some unlegitimate reason. I never saw Michael Jordan peeking to see if anyone's watching him, to look around. This is what LeBron James is doing. Does that sound like a tough guy to you? Does that look like a tough guy? The way that LeBron James throws himself into the crowd, knocks drinks over. Does that look like a tough guy to you? Does he come across as tough? Remember, being tough is not about physically fighting someone. You can stand in front of somebody and beat them up. That's not toughness, all right? That's not what being tough is. You said you see a kid outside, right? He falls down and scrapes his knee, and then he gets up and dusts it off like it ain't nothing. He doesn't cry about it. He don't go running for a Band-Aid. It doesn't ruin his whole life. It doesn't ruin his day. That shows toughness from that kid. I respect that kind of stuff. We've all been there, right? You're doing something at home, right? You slam your door in the car door or something, or you slam your finger in the car door or something. You just sprain your ankle doing something stupid, right? You fall down, right? You fall off a ladder. You fall down somewhere. You get hurt. You don't make a big deal about it. You don't cry and moan. You don't roll around on the street like a fool waiting for other grown-ups to come over and ask you if you're okay. You get up and you go about your day. You take care of whatever you got to take care of and you go about it. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times in life that we get severe injuries. People get hurt severely, man. No one's talking about this kind of stuff. Has anyone ever seen LeBron James get hurt severely on the basketball court? For the reactions that we've seen him give? No, we have not. LeBron James, you would think, was shot some of these times that you watch him react to getting hit in the face, to getting scraped in his neck, to getting his beard grazed. LeBron James is doing all, remember the Jason Tatum video that was going viral? These are the reactions from LeBron James. So I'm supposed to believe he's going to dominate Michael Jordan because you took a picture of LeBron James with no shirt on flexing and Michael Jordan standing there with no shirt on, and you're telling me that means that LeBron James tougher and stronger than Michael Jordan? I don't think anyone will ever mistake LeBron James for being a tough guy. He's not tough, man. LeBron James is not tough. Like I said, and toughness is not only physical toughness, right? We talked about pain and how much pain you can take and, your physical toughness to go through things physically, deal with stuff. But mental toughness is huge. And oftentimes, mental toughness is more important than physical toughness. It's your mental fortitude. Like I said, when you're talking about MMA fighters and you're talking about getting your body twisted in these positions and getting yourself put in awkward situations, your mental toughness, your mental fortitude has to be there. I told you, to me, that's the greatest strength that the MMA fighters, people who train mixed martial arts, to me, their mind is their best strength. Because more often than not, these people that train the right way, that train these disciplines, they're not going to panic in these scenarios. So if someone comes up from behind you and puts you in a chokehold, right? You're not going to panic if you're trained in these mixed martial arts. You're not going to panic in something like that. You're going to be able to be rationally thinking, critically thinking, and you're going to be able to respond in a way that can help you maybe get out of that situation. Doesn't mean you're guaranteed to be able to get out of being choked from behind or something like this, but you're not going to be, choked out because you panicked, right? People who train this stuff don't panic in these scenarios. They remain calm a lot of times in these situations. They think more clearly. People who are not trained for these situations, they're not able to think clearly. They panic in these situations. LeBron James, he's not mentally tough like that. That's why he acts the way he does when things are not going right for him. He walks off the court early, LeBron James, right? He load manages, right? He flops around out there on the court. He's a big baby, LeBron James, mentally weak. That's why I laugh when LeBron James dunks on someone and then he starts doing the stupid shoulder thing. This is what we get from LeBron James. 2 plays later, LeBron James will go to the hole. Somebody will graze his arm here, and LeBron James does this, and then is laying on the court doing all this, holding his arm, rolling around. Like I said, you would think LeBron James got sniped out there. His reaction to this stuff. It's almost like you're in the ocean, let's say, right? You're in the ocean, and, you're in the ocean there, and, you're in the water, man, and all of a sudden a piece of seaweed touches your leg. And you freak out because you don't know it was a piece of seaweed. You thought it was a shark, right? You start freaking out because some seaweed touched you, right? Happens to my kids all the time. I laugh every time a piece of seaweed touches them and they react as if it's a shark biting them. This is LeBron James. His reactions are insane to nothing. No one touches this man. A piece of seaweed grazes him. And LeBron James thinks the great white shark. He's throwing his arms up in the air. He's jumping into the stand. He's rolling around. Remember, he was looking for a cut. He kept looking. The trainer's looking too. They both looking. They can't find it. There's nothing there. This LeBron James, but he's going to dominate Michael Jordan because he's so tough, because he's so big and strong next to Michael Jordan. He's LeBron James. He's 6'9", 260. That dude is soft as hell. LeBron James' workouts are soft. They're fluff and buff workouts. I'm not impressed with LeBron James and his exercise choices. I'm not impressed with LeBron James' strength. And I'm not impressed with LeBron James' toughness. How tough is LeBron James when the man can't play 82 games a season? How tough are you? Because that's physical toughness. That's mental toughness. You think it was easy for John Stockton to go out there every single night, play 35 minutes a night, give that effort on both sides of the ball, lead the Utah Jazz? Listen to people talk about him in practice. I saw this thing from Andrei Kirilenko, and he said that when John Stockton was 40 years old, he was still leading all the drills in practice. At 40 years old, John Stockton, you think that's easy to do? That's not easy to do. That takes mental toughness. That takes physical toughness. That takes heart. That takes grit. A lot of these guys, man, you think about some of these players that have played consecutive games. And like I said, talk about the games that they played. You think about somebody like Cal Ripken Jr., the Iron Man of Major League Baseball. The determination, the grit that he had to have to play all of these games. AC Green, right, in the NBA. The Iron Man of the NBA. All these games that he had to play. Even someone like Michael Jordan, to give the effort on both sides of the ball that consistently throughout his entire career. That's not easy to do. That takes effort. That's why LeBron James can't do that. That's why he's not doing that. So he's taking it down a notch, right? Ratchet down the intensity, ratchet down his effort. Not going to play both sides of the ball so that he can play longer. No one respects this. Nobody does except for the weird LeBron James fans. So you weirdos out here that think LeBron James is tougher than Michael Jordan, it's laughable. He's not tougher than Michael Jordan. He's not tougher than a lot of NBA players. We've seen it mentally or physically. LeBron James is not that tough like that. That's why he's not going to play the 82 games. That's why he load manages. That's why he flops around like a goof. This is LeBron James, guys. Soft as hell. Out there flexing on little guys. And then 2 plays later, he's rolling around the floor looking for a Band-Aid. That's not toughness, guys. And like I said, LeBron James' strength, to me, Michael Jordan, pound for pound, was a stronger human being, a stronger player. Michael Jordan played in a much tougher physical era. Those are just the facts. So his toughness can't be denied. He showed his toughness right on the basketball court, dealing with a lot of those hard fouls that LeBron James we've seen can't deal with. Like I said, LeBron James gets grazed, goes flying into the crowd, knocking over drinks, knocking over popcorn. And like I said, sitting on the court, laying on the court, rolling around for minutes. That's never Michael Jordan, guys. Never Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan would post up LeBron James, just regularly post LeBron James up. There's nothing that LeBron James would be able to do against Michael Jordan in the post. I don't give a damn how much taller LeBron James is. I don't care how many more pounds he weighs than Michael Jordan. Pound for pound, he would not be able to deal with Michael Jordan. And we talk about LeBron James attempting to do anything like that to Michael Jordan on the other side is laughable, man. Laughable. LeBron James don't got a post-up game like that. That's number one. So he ain't posting up Michael Jordan regularly. Yeah, he might be able to pull a move out every once in a while on Michael Jordan. He ain't going to be doing that for a full game. He ain't going to be able to do that all game long because he ain't got the game for that. He ain't posting up Michael Jordan. And he's not going to be able to shake Michael Jordan on the perimeter. Remember, LeBron James needs a screen set anytime he needs to shake somebody. He can't triple threat position them. He can't break them down off the dribble. Oftentimes, LeBron James needs a screen set. Has LeBron James broken guys with the dribble? Absolutely. We're talking about 22 years. But more often than not, LeBron James needs that screen set. LeBron James needs to use that off arm to get by people, right? He needs to be able to take those couple of steps to finish at the rim on people. That's not Michael Jordan. That was never Michael Jordan. Had an overall game. Could get guys off. I mean, Michael Jordan in the triple threat position, LeBron James don't know nothing about that. Can't sniff Michael Jordan that way, getting free. You guys know the deal. These are the facts. Giving Michael Jordan's toughness all day over LeBron James. All day. You think about Michael Jordan in practice, the effort he gave in practice. LeBron James ain't built like that. Think about that, guys. You're giving all that effort in practice. Also giving all that effort every single game, every single night. For 82 games, damn near every year, guys. On both sides of the ball. Come on, man. LeBron James can't do nothing with that. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.